Isambard Kingdom Brunel, the man who built Great Britain. He designed the world's fastest railway, its longest suspension bridge, and its biggest ship.
Any way you can understand Isambard's genius is to think of the world in which he was born into and to see the degree to which he changed it.
He was able to create these things that other people hadn't even imagined yet.
These are monumental technological artifacts.
Over 150 years on from his death, ample evidence of his genius remains.
So much of his work is so extraordinary, and it has stood the test of time.
It's not just something that you can read about in a book, it's something that you could go and see.
But behind his elaborate creations lay an equally complex and private man. Plagued by his own personal blue devils, as he called them.
He's gnawed by self-doubts. He describes his fear of becoming nothing, of doing nothing.
A radical engineer and a sensitive artist.
Brunel is, in essence, a Shakespearean tragic hero. Utterly fascinating character.
He could be mercilessly brusque towards his employees. But what was this hard taskmaster like in private?
Brunel's home life is very interesting. It's quite hard to unpick what it might have been like because he doesn't write about it very much. But what we do know is that he was enormous fun to be with. Before he married his wife Mary, he was a visitor to her family's home in Kensington and used to play charades with her younger sisters. Mary was a rather aloof beauty and would never take part in these shenanigans, but Brunel was only too happy to dress up in whatever was required.
In 1837, the first of the couple's 3 children, Isambard Jr., was born.
His relationship with his own children was good. He was an absent father. They could have loathed him. But he's a complicated man, and he's not a cliché. He also has the ability to express his love, even though he's a busy working man.
A regretful letter written by Isambard to his eldest son on his 18th birthday offers a glimpse into their relationship.
Though my constant engagements have prevented me seeing as much of my children as I should have wished, yet I hope you would look upon me as your first friend and consult if ever you got into difficulties or had any doubts as to your proper course. Your affectionate father.
The engineering gene seems to have gone through the generations because his son Henry Mark was a successful engineer who in fact helped work on the Tower Bridge project in later years. His other son Isambard Jr., I think Brunel would have liked him to be an engineer too, but he didn't show any propensity to that.
That's okay. That didn't give Brunel a problem. He accepted his son's not going to be an engineer. That's right, different human being, didn't push him. Brunel wasn't a Victorian parody of his strict and unbending father. He was obviously very driven and very all the kind of things that might make you be fearful, like you'd be a frightful brood. He wasn't.
And on the rare occasions he was at home, Brunel's impish sense of humour endeared him to his children.
Brunel was demonstrating a trick to his children, and he ended up swallowing a crown, and it got stuck on his windpipe. And he ended up trying to devise a way of getting it out, which included strapping himself to a table and turning himself upside down so it would fall out.
With a young family and international recognition, Brunel's life was a success. But his boundless appetite for progress, modernity and innovation remained unsatisfied. The result? Another ship, and one that changed history. The SS Great Britain.